Hi, everyone. How are you today? I hope you are doing well. Welcome to You Still Matter, a show about seniors and those who love them. I am Donna Page Riley. I'm so excited to bring back, by popular demand, Tim Kedia. Oh my gosh. You all have been asking for her. She is back. And especially at a time where we're dealing with inflation and all those kinds of things. And if you haven't seen her before, you could be just joining us for the first time. Tim Kedia, welcome back. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. I'm glad to be back. It feels like it's been a while, but
I
I am
know.
here. I'm here and I'm ready to share. I think this is a great topic for a perfect season.
Yes, absolutely. Just so glad to have you back. I'm going to let you jump right in because we just don't want to waste any time on any more intros or anything because you always have phenomenal information. And so, I'll just turn it over to you and then you can just kind of tell everybody what you are going to be sharing on today.
All righty, that sounds good. So let me just,
That 'tis the season.
yeah. So today, I'm pretty excited. I want to talk about um how to avoid coupon scams this holiday season. Everyone's excited. We want to save. We want to get the best deals. And scammers, they know that too. And so they're praying and they're relying on the fact that we're excited. And a lot of times in that excitement, we're not thinking about being scammed. We're just thinking about our list, who we want to bless, where we're going to shop, how much we want to spend, and that's really our focus. But unfortunately, there is another part of it that we also need to focus on. And so that's the part I want to discuss today so that we're aware of these things, not to be taking you out of your joyous mood because we don't want that, but just to be aware because awareness is a good thing. It keeps us safe and it keeps us in our joyous mood. And so I just want to share with you what is a couponing scam? What does that look like? And how to protect yourself. Because when you're protected, then you don't have to worry about losing any time or money. And so we don't want to do either one of those.
And you said coupon scams. Oftentimes we don't hear those two go together, right?
Yes.
So that's why we've got to really lean in and really listen to what you are going to be sharing.
So let's get started here. So, okay, as I mentioned, we're going to be talking about the coupon and scams, how to identify them. I'll even share some real life examples, give you some tips on how to protect yourself, and then how to stay safe this holiday season. And so, like I mentioned, anybody can fall victim to the coupon scams, but it just seems that these scammers target older adults because they assume that seniors aren't familiar with the digital tools and online offers. And that's simply not okay with me, and that's why I'm here. So, what are coupon scams? Well, in a nutshell, a coupon scam happens when a coupon is used in a way that wasn't intended by the company that made the coupon. So, if a manufacturer gives you a coupon, they have rules on how they want you to use it. And when you don't use it that way, then it's considered a scam. And so here are some types of coupon scams. So you have your fake coupons, which are they appear to be real, but they're not real. And then you have your counterfeit coupons, which are legitimate coupons that the scammers actually photocopy and they kind of alter it a little bit. And one way to identify those is if the barcode is missing, or it doesn't have an expiration date. Then we have what we call our phishing scams. Those are the ones that happen online, maybe in an email, maybe on a website. Those are the ones that collect your personal information and can be very, um, those can be very dangerous because now they have all your sensitive information and now they can pretend to be you. And that's not a good feeling. And then the last one is misleading offers. So recently I came across an ad and it was saying, hey, we're a new restaurant, get $10 off your purchase. So I'm thinking, oh, wow, I get to try a new restaurant. I'm going to get $10 off my purchase. And so as I began to read further and get further into it, it wasn't just $10 off of any purchase, it was $10 off a $40 purchase. And I had to give them my name, my telephone number, my email address. So it was very misleading. It didn't give me all of the information up front. It just kind of lured me in. And then as I dug deeper, that's when I found out more about the offers. So sometimes you have those offers during the holidays that sounds great, but they don't give you all the details until you really get into it. And by then you've given them all this information and you're really not interested. And so here's how we can spot these red flags before we get too deep into these offers. So if it sounds too good to be true, more than likely it is. No one's giving away free TVs, free mattresses. Like these big ticket items are not typically something that companies give away for free. They'll offer you a discount and sometimes they have sales, but if it sounds just too good to be true, like free 10 boxes of cereal, you're like, okay, now what is the catch? And yeah, what's really going on in this scenario? And so I would say another red flag would be strange websites. You go on the website, there's no contact information, there's no customer service number. The prices are vague. The pictures you've probably seen. I went on the website recently and I was like, I've seen these pictures on YouTube before. Like I know this YouTuber or I've seen this on social media and they just took the pictures or the images off of another website and just put it on theirs and pretended to be that company. So we want to be careful. You get these pop-ups out of nowhere when you go on the website. Be careful on clicking on those. And then emails and text messages you didn't sign up for. All of a sudden, you're getting these emails, you're getting these text messages for these offers. You want a gift card. Sign up now or contact me for your free gift card, your free shirt, your free offer. And you're like, wait, I never signed up or opted in for these emails and text messages. So, where are these coming from and is it legitimate? So, those are definitely red flags. So to verify the authenticity of these promotions and offers and coupons that we're getting, you want to really stick to the official store apps and websites. Like when in doubt, go to the store app itself or to their website. Literally type it in yourself instead of clicking on something. Go to their website and verify. Reach out to customer service and just verify before you're clicking on things or you're giving your information, just to make sure it's authentic. And then the manufacturer's website. So if you have your favorite laundry detergent, you want to go to that manufacturer's website and just ensure that they are doing this promotion or that they have this coupon going on. And that way you can use it with peace and ease and know that you're getting the products that you need at a great price and you're not doing anything fraudulent. And then you want to use a trusted coupon platforms. Like there are actually platforms out there like coupons.com where you can go and you can print off coupons that are safe and they're authorized and you know that you can print that, use it, it's going to scan, it's legitimate and you can be safe using that. So you want to know what those sites are before you print anything out. And then I'm going to share two real life examples. Like when I was looking up examples, you'd be surprised how many people are using like counterfeit coupons and fraudulent coupons and on a massive scale. There was a woman in San Antonio who was arrested for selling 18 million worth of counterfeit retail store coupons. I cannot imagine that much in coupons, but
Oh,
my goodness, she was really doing it on a very large scale. And then we had a couple in Virginia Beach who was sent to prison because they had a whole couponing operation where they were making like these counterfeit coupons and doing these schemes and stuff. And $31 million across multiple stores and states that they were able to get from these stores. And I was just like, my goodness, I didn't realize people were doing it that big. You just think about, or you only hear about your local area where people are just shoplifting, but this is a whole another level where people are really putting in the effort to bring you these counterfeit and fake coupons. So you just want to make sure that what you're using, what you're getting is authentic so that you can stay safe.
oh my gosh.
And then the impact on that. Now, they hit the store up for millions of dollars. That means the people who go in there and we're legitimately just trying to shop to save for our families, that impacts us. So now when I go in there as a couponer and I use a legitimate coupon and it doesn't scan, now I feel judged because the cashier is looking at me like, is this real? Is it not real? And a manager gets called over and it's they're looking at it and they're looking it over and it's a whole big deal. And even though I haven't done anything wrong, I'm still reaping the consequences of the scammers. So when people do these things on this massive scale, even on a smaller scale, you feel judged and you haven't even done anything wrong. Also, it changes the coupon limit. So now, whereas you were able to use four of these laundry detergent coupons in one transaction. Now you can only use two because the stores are like, nah, we're not letting you come in here and just use all these coupons. You only can use two per transaction. And we want to make sure they're the correct coupons. And so you don't come in there and you just go, you leave out with the whole store. They're not allowing you to do that anymore. And then there's a reduction on the discounts amount where you could get $1 off of your detergent. Now it's 50 cents. And on some of the paper towel and the toilet paper, it's only 25 cents off. So you really do take a hit as a shopper when people are doing these scams and when you're not aware of what's going on and you get these fraudulent coupons because it could be a thing of somebody gave them to you and you didn't even know. So you want to be careful and verify and know what to look for. And then how it affect the stores. The retailers, they lose millions of dollars when they accept these fake coupons because for every coupon that they give it back to the manufacturer and then they get reimbursed for it. But if it's fake, the manufacturer is like, I didn't put this is not for me, so I'm not going to reimburse you on something that I didn't authorize. So that means the store loses millions of dollars and unfortunately, but fortunately for them, I guess, they put that cost on us. So now we're paying higher prices to make up for the millions of dollars that they lost on all of those fake coupons.
So
So it's a
Kimberly,
trickling effect. It doesn't just affect the people who purchased the coupons, the people who created them. They created these websites and pages. It affects all of us, even the ones of us who are just wanting to legitimately go in and save for our families. This affects everybody. So being aware is very, very important.
so Kim Kedia,
Yes.
if I can interrupt you just for a moment. So
Yes.
that explains then obviously why in some stores, because I remember being behind someone who had coupons, right? They looked like
Mhm.
coupons. And so the cashier was saying, man, we cannot accept them. And she said, "What do you mean?" So they kind of went back and forth. And she said, "Ma'am, these are not actual coupons." She said, "Yes, they are." And so they went back and forth. And so obviously, she must have had some of the coupons that were fake. And she didn't realize that they were fake. And with them kind of going back and forth, and of course, I didn't understand either because I'm thinking, okay, so she does have coupons in her hand, right?
Mm-hmm.
So for those persons who may be, still kind of thinking about this, what is a way that they can really look at the coupon and tell that it may not necessarily be a legitimate coupon? Because I'm sure somebody is thinking right now, no, wait a minute. So I don't know whether or not I need to present these coupons, which they look like coupons and they say coupons. But is there, some kind of safety as far as maybe manufacturer coupon on it or original manufacturer coupon printed on it? That likely that that is a legitimate coupon?
There are a couple different things you can look for. One of them is it'll definitely say manufacturer coupon. The second thing to look for would be a barcode. All of those coupons have a barcode and a series of numbers.
Mm,
So if it doesn't have a barcode and it doesn't have the series of numbers, it's probably not legitimate. And if you have coupons that have the same number, it's definitely a counterfeit or fake coupon because each coupon has its own number. So I noticed in the fake and the counterfeit coupons that they take the coupons and they pretty much just photocopy them and then they alter them. So
mm,
that's another way. Is it dim? Does it look like it's been altered in any way? Does it look like somebody may have whited it out, put something in, made a photocopy of it? Like there are things that they do and that you can look for to see if it's authentic or not.
mm,
So that's a way. If you have like four or five of them, make sure they all have different numbers. And also the expiration date. If it doesn't have an expiration date, that's an automatic red flag.
mm,
Coupons always have an expiration date. It's either a week out, 2 weeks out, and sometimes a month. Anything over that, that's a red flag. If it has no expiration date, that's also a red flag. And I know right now, some companies, even when you print the coupons off of their website, they tell you you only have 24 hours to use this coupon. You don't get to keep it for a week and then use it. So that's also a way to ensure that you're using something that's authentic. Make sure you get it off of the company's website and read the rules that go along with it because
yeah.
that's important. And a lot of times, what's on the picture is what they want you to purchase. So I don't know if the lady had an item that she thought would work and it wasn't pictured there, or it wasn't the correct item, because that has happened too, where you're like, okay, it says I can get a box of cereal for 50 cents off and it just has to be 12 ounces. But if it's not that same cereal that's on the picture or a family of cereals from that company, that coupon won't scan. So
Mm.
you have to know the product, you have to know the manufacturer and how their rules work, and you have to make sure that that their key elements are on there and it's not photocopied, because that's it's definitely not going to work.
This is
And
great
I think
news.
another thing that doesn't really give a coupon authenticity is when people have already come in before you and you have no way of knowing this. You really don't. Another person has already come in before you and they've used this coupon incorrectly, and now the cashier assumes everybody coming in with this coupon is using it incorrectly. So you really do have to know for yourself the rules, what products match up with it, and how the coupon operates and works, because if you don't, yeah, it could be rejected.
This is great information. Oh my goodness, very good. Right. Just wanted to certainly make sure everyone was clear on how do you actually determine whether it is valid or not. So thank you for that.
No, that was perfect. That was actually timely because this slide right here is the tips to protect yourself.
Mhm.
And that's exactly what I was going to talk about, using a reputable coupon source and avoiding clicking on suspicious links in your emails and your text messages, and then checking those expiration dates and the terms on physical coupons, and then reporting those scams to authorities or retailers, because the more we alert them that these things are happening, the faster they can shut it down and the less money they lose, and the less likely we are to lose our coupons altogether if we work in conjunction with the stores.
Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Oh, this has been great.
And then in conclusion, and just kind of wrap things up, couple things I'll leave with you. If the deal seems too good to be true, it probably is. If the coupon is something outlandish, get 10 free boxes of cereal, that's probably not a legitimate offer. And then just stick with your trusted sources. You have your favorite grocery store or retail stores that you like to shop at. Make sure you have their websites and their apps and their different things, and that way you can go straight to them and not have to rely on text messages or emails or other people, and you're getting it from a trusted source. And then I just hope that these tips help and that you can feel more confident and protected this holiday season.
Thank you so much. Such wonderful, wonderful information. Oh, this has been it's been great. And, because of course, what we're wanting to do is be able to legitimately save money, right? And
Yes.
so now that we know, exactly what to do, this is wonderful. And thank you so much for that. And guys, you'll probably want to go back and look at this again. You might want to view it again so that you're understanding. You certainly want to share this episode as well. So I do also, at this point, I would like to share. Thank you all for sending us messages. Keep them going. Some of you post them on the episodes. And of course, some of you send emails. And so I'm going to read just a few of both. At Carol Johnson commented on the last episode. And she said, great information. Thank you. And that's when Jane was here. And here's one it says, thanks for having Jane on to talk about falling. Great episode. This came from John in Columbus. Thank you, John. Hi,
Yes.
Donna. Glad you're back. I missed you when you were gone. When will you have Tim Kedia back for the holidays? We really need to save money. And this was Sarah in New York. Well, how timely is this? Okay.
Yes. Awesome.
So thank you so much, Sarah, for sending that. And yes, she is here.
Yes.
Here's one. It says, hi, Donna. I enjoyed the episode about falling and tripping. Does she travel to do home evaluations? And this came from Mary. And thank you, Mary. She will be coming back up as well soon to talk a little more about falling. Here's one. It says, Donna, I have been sharing the show with my senior clubs, and everyone really enjoys the episodes. Thanks for what you do. And this comes, it says, President Pearl in North Carolina. Well, President Pearl, thank you so much for sharing. And you all, if you would kindly, if you would also share the episodes, if you are finding them to be beneficial for you, certainly share them. We appreciate, you can drop your comments on them, and please click the thumbs up if you would. That's what it's called, right? Tim Kedia.
Yes.
Yeah. You can tell I don't do this all the time, but I should. people are telling me you need to ask people to do that if they're, receiving the great content. So if you would, yeah, give us a thumbs up and subscribe. Of course, by now you know that we're on every first and third Thursday, every first and third Thursday. But if you subscribe, you won't have to remember that because as soon as we upload our episodes, you will be the first to actually receive that notification. Okay. Again, I want to thank Tim Kedia for coming back to join us. I don't know about you, but I know I learned a lot. Oh my gosh. I had no idea people were ripping us off or could rip us off when it comes to couponing. Oh my goodness.
Yes.
So we just basically have to, stay abreast of everything and really be conscious of everything that is going on now. And so, but that's what we're here for too, to help you in order to do that. Okay. Again, thank you all so much for joining and tuning in. Take care, but remember, no matter who you are, no matter your age, no matter what you may be facing, always remember that you still matter. Again, thanks for joining us. Take care. God bless, and we'll see you on the next episode. Bye for now.